Sorry about that. Let's get on with it, shall we?
Yes.
Okay, pass that. I'm SHARNA.
I'm Chelsea. We are your permanent Tuesday couple for a couple of days.
Permanent. We're here for good. We've made the commitment. We're rising to the occasion. And let's get going on this topic for this week.
Today's topic is 5 secret things that you may not know about us. And the first one is that we have just won a gold medal at London.
We're crossing to you live from the London Games. We are synchronised swimmers for the Australian synchronised swimming team, and we've just won bloody gold.
Yep. We sure have. And there's Bo in the background, our coach.
Yeah, coach. He's passed out, was drinking under all the pressure. So that, friends, is secret number 1. Don't say we didn't warn you.
Do you like my alien bowling ball head look?
I actually never realised your head was that small. It's very tiny and petite.
No, but this is really cutting off the circulation of my head. So
right. Well, you have to leave it on for the whole video.
Well, I can't imagine what my hair looks like.
No. And the thing is, I am wearing my bathers in the middle of winter, but the towel is around me for obvious reasons. So...
All right, let's go.
Let's
get rolling.
All right.
Do you want me to go first? Or do you...
Let's go first. All right. So 5 things you may not know about us that could be a bit secretive or just something that's not often told to the general public. So take it away, sweetheart.
I have webbed toes.
Yep, it's true.
I'm not showing them though.
No, following the light of Chantel's revelation that she has an extra
That's a bit
toenail.
weird, and I do actually want to see a photo of that if we can.
Yeah.
And I'll show you a photo of mine. I'm not showing
I
them now.
said to Chelsea when she was explaining it, how does it work? Like, where is it attached on the little toe? Like,
is it on the side of your little toe?
Yeah, I'm having trouble with a visual, so get that to us, ASAP.
So I'll describe it. So say that's your toes. I've also got really short toes. And your 2 middle ones, normally the gap goes all the way down here. Well, it kind of goes like halfway.
Just kind of got a bit tired.
I've got these little 2 things.
They're still toes. But
it's kind of like it's on the one toe, but then it's got 2 heads.
It's like one of those 2-headed snakes you see in mythical times. Just
So, and it's a bit like that on the other foot too, but it's not as bad. But it is a little bit webbed, and it doesn't not make me a good swimmer. And tell
people that's why we didn't do racing and that kind of stuff. We synchronise. We dance in the water. Mm-hmm. We're artists of the pool.
We're amazing.
Gold. Okay, tell people, weren't you like 20 when you realised?
No, I was 15. I was 15. I didn't actually realise I was 15.
Yeah.
So I was just looking at my feet one day, as you do. And
sounds like fun.
And I was actually horrified. And I went and told my mum, did she... I was really crying, saying, did you know about this?
But this is what I want to know. Did she know?
I can't remember.
She was probably like, no.
No, I think that maybe hers are a bit like that too. I don't know. So that runs in our family too.
Let's show off our deformed toes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next.
All right. I'll start with the simplest of them all. It's also kind of something that people, I would assume, take for granted. I would assume everyone knows how to do this, but not me. I cannot reverse park. Can't do it. Just got my license 12 years ago, did it perfectly on my test with the power steering, and then my first car was a bomb without power steering. So suddenly the way I learnt the coordinates of how many times you turn the wheel, it just freaked me out. I thought, I don't know how to relearn without power steering.
You probably could do it. You're just too scared.
So in 12 years, I've never reverse parked. If I find a car park that's close to the shopping
Should drive-
centre, I will keep
Drive around the
driving.
block.
I will drive like two or three blocks away and park in something I can drive into. I just will not do it, you know. And it's the fact that people on the road are rude and as if
They're impatient.
very impatient. And
Screw them, I say.
you do. You've got terrible road rage. But if I was trying to reverse park and someone was suddenly, get off the road, hurry up, I'd cry. I would be mortified. I would just fall apart because I'd just be so embarrassed. I don't want that to happen. So I avoid it at all costs. 12 years, never reverse parked.
I'll have to teach you one day.
Well, you've offered that for the last 4 years and you still haven't, so...
All right, next. I'll tell that one.
I'd save that one till last.
Save that one, okay. All right, so I actually have only kind of realised this about myself in the last couple of years, but a lot of people probably would be surprised, but I'm actually an introvert.
No.
Yes, it's true.
But you're so outgoing and confident.
Well, that's the thing why I think people, because I'm a salesperson and I think I come across as being confident, but I think people misunderstand what an introvert is. It doesn't mean that you're shy.
I'm the same, by the way.
Yeah, it means that you would prefer to be in smaller groups and one-on-one than, you know...
Big parties.
Yeah, and be with a lot of people and, like, if that is a bit draining for me, being around a lot of people. So that's kind of really more what an introvert means. And I do...
And lifestyle too, I think. Like a lot of extroverts can go out 4 or 5 nights a week with friends, constantly have that social output. We're more, yeah, we love the comforts of home. We still love seeing people, but not the big things. We find them like, yeah, they drain you a bit.
So that's something that probably people wouldn't know. So there.
Thanks for sharing, honey. You're welcome. Okay. Let me see. Go with a bit of a serious one now. Alright, I won't go on too much about it, but people would often be, obviously apart from friends and family know this, but people on the channel would be, and even people down the street, considering how I look now, would be surprised to know that I suffered from anorexia for 6 years, and it was very, very awful. And
not when I knew.
No. Yeah. This was in my early 20s, and yeah, I was very unwell and nearly lost the battle a few times. But How
much did you weigh? Like 20 kilos?
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Not much more.
I think my lowest weight was 35 kilos, which is maybe, 70 pounds? Just very bad. A kidney failure twice, and yeah, nearly went to God, but
thank God you didn't.
No, God wanted me here, and He wanted me to fall in love with this one. So yeah, I don't know how it all came to pass. It was just torture for years and years, and then I had kidney failure one last time, and I just something clicked, and I thought, I've got no more chances. This is just this is normal now. I'm not going to be so lucky next time, and it was like a switch. It really was like a switch, and yeah, I've been in recovery for the last, or recovered, I would say. I don't struggle with self-control with food or any, obviously. Put on quite a bit of weight.
Yeah, you're a good, healthy weight.
Yeah, so I've been recovered for 5 years. Yeah, I'm still baffled.
Well, you were well when I met you.
Yeah, I'm absolutely still baffled that I had the ability to do that to my body, and that my mind was so in distress. So, yes. So that's in the past, but it's something that people certainly who saw me down the street wouldn't know, and certainly none of you beautiful people. So, you know, obviously to go through any challenges in life, it gives you a new perspective on things. So hopefully that's something I can bring to the channel.
Sure. Well, I might as well do my serious one.
Got to have a couple of serious ones.
I don't think I've mentioned this on this channel. I think I've mentioned it on our personal channel, but I am actually a recovered alcoholic. So
Bum, bum, bum.
we're a good pair of freaks, aren't we?
No, we're not. Do you know the words we used? Recovered.
So
A lot of people don't ever recover from these two diseases, especially.
So I without going into too much detail, not that I don't want to, but just that can be another video. But I was on a very, very downward spiral, and I have no doubt that had I not have stopped drinking, I don't know where I'd be today. I certainly wouldn't be with SHARNA, and I certainly probably would be homeless and jobless, and so I wasn't at that level where I was I was still managing to hold down a job but I was drinking every day, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was really awful, and it's a shit, and it runs in my family, actually, to be honest. So I'm just glad that I had the insight to realise that I need to not drink. It's all or nothing with me, and it's like that with a lot of things. So I just realised that I needed to stop, and thank God for SHARNA, because SHARNA gave up alcohol to support me, and we both have not drank alcohol at all, not one single drop, for how long? 3 years?
3 years.
About 3 years.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, babe.
And it's like the real you is just evolved. So
I know I have learned a lot. I have grown a lot since I haven't drank.
You're open to life now that you don't have chemicals.
But it's hard. Sometimes it's hard, but I'm pretty good though. So
I think you're amazing. You very rarely have any temptations. It's certainly not something we deal with on a day-to-day basis. Just very rarely there'll be a moment where something might trigger something, but it's definitely nothing we can't handle.
No.
We love being this way.
Yep.
Especially me, actually. I love not drinking.
Mm.
It's funny how things work, actually, because I used to love a glass of wine or whatever at night, and now when I actually think of alcohol, I actually think and feel of that feeling when you're hungover and sick. So I don't know why. So I actually have no desire, even though I didn't have a drinking problem and enjoyed having a drink, I have no desire to want to go there. The idea of it makes me feel unwell.
Yep.
Good girl. Go us. All right. Is it my turn?
Yep.
All right. Blah, 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 blah. All right. When I was about 7, I declared to my family that I, Shana Young, wanted to be a nun. Those who I think I've mentioned it before. Yeah, we've talked about spirituality and stuff before, and I've been on a bit of a journey in my adult life, but certainly in my childhood there was no talk of religion or God, or God was nothing, and there was no religious anything talked about in my home. So for me to say that was a big deal, but it did come from television. Aussie viewers, I hope to God, no pun intended, that you remember a mini-series called Brides of Christ. It was on the ABC in the early 90s.
I never watched it.
Naomi Watts was in it, Lisa Hensley, Kim Wilson. Do you remember Kim Wilson? Cheryl from Neighbours.
Anyone's not going to know that.
Sorry, and I don't know her name. She was on another soap. Anyway, these people in America, try and grab it down. It's just something that I don't know.
Australian.
It's Australian. Yeah. It's Australian. So there was about 6 or 7 episodes, and it was all centered around this one convent and the nuns, the sisters that lived there, and the young children who boarded there, and it was just, I just loved them. I just wanted to have cups of tea with them and sing and pray and just, there's a bit of scandal with the priest and one of the nuns down the back of the convent, a bit of love there when, oh my goodness, no love for men can exist, only for God. And so it was just awesome. And I realised that I didn't actually want to be a nun. I actually just wanted to, and I'm sure Chantel can relate to this, I just wanted to be with them in the movie. I just wanted to put myself in their life and just be best friends with all of them. They're amazing. And even the fact that when I grew up, I realised that they weren't actually real people. They were like actors, and like it wasn't real. Like that was a real actual trauma for me. Obviously, I didn't become a nun.
No, definitely not.
Yes.
Okay. I have trouble, not to say I can't, pronouncing words that start with the letter E. I pronounce them as if they are an A.
Generally EL words. For example, we all know the amazing American comedian television show host Ellen. However, Chelsea doesn't watch Ellen. She watches Alan. She watches Alan.
Ellen. I can't Alan. I feel like I sound like a retard.
Yeah, you do.
Ellen. Like I can't. And then elephant.
Yeah, when
like
we were
in
Africa, Chelsea never saw any elephants. She saw elephants.
Elephant. I know, but I can't. I can do it if I really focus, but I really.
But who wants to do that? Who wants to focus when they're talking?
Exactly. So,
but don't you
if
think
I'm not
it's
thinking
better
about
to
it,
focus?
Elephant, Alan. What else?
We were actually coming up with kids' names the other day, and I mentioned.
Don't say our real kids.
No, I won't. No. I mentioned a name that I really loved. Oh, actually, I'd heard someone that had named their daughter Elliot, which is generally a boy's name, and Chelsea's like, "Hey, stupid! You know I can't pronounce these.
I won't be able to pronounce my own child's name. Elliot.
Should be Elliot."
Anyway.
I thought that's very true. So we can't have EL names, and I actually love that EL lyrical sound. Anyway,
can't do it.
Can't be done. Yeah, speech impediment. All right. We might get you some elocution lessons one day. Yeah, for Christmas maybe.
No.
If you're a good girl.
No.
All right. What am I up to? I've done the nun. All right.
Quick, because my head feels like it's going to explode,
Okay.
honestly.
All right, a big thing for me that makes me miss out on a lot of things in life is I can't watch, when it comes to television, movies, I can't watch any dramatic moments on TV when there's the pressure to perform. For example, Olympics, can't watch it. Can't do it. I am so...
Footy,
Biggest Loser, when they get on the scales, cannot watch it. I get so stressed for them and so nervous that when they're either on the scales or like...
The Voice, Dance with the Stars.
No shows where there's competitions, nothing. Or even like, I just can't even imagine it. I cannot look. I have to block my ears and shut my eyes because otherwise it's too much. I cry. Like watching the opening ceremony the other night, and like there was just... Most of it was fine. Then there was just one moment where the music changed.
And I just looked at Shanna, knowing that
the music changed, and one of the characters just did a nod in his character hat, and I just was like, oh god, it just takes one moment for me to lose it. So it's very hard. I don't get to enjoy the full impact of things where there's any sense of competition or pressure or moments where drama is involved. I relate to them. I feel for them. It's like we are one. So yes.
All right, I'm just going to do one more to finish it off because I don't know how my head's fitting into this.
I don't either.
No, I don't. I'm not going to take it off.
All
right. So this is very embarrassing. But, how am I going to say this?
All right, I'll set it up, okay? I'll set it up.
So, Sharna and I...
Wait. I'm just going to say this first.
Say it.
What happens in Africa stays in Africa until now. This is a rare moment, okay? Because something went down in Africa. Or rather,
All right, so
came out.
Sharna and I went on a trip. We went to Europe and Africa, and we were away for a couple of months. And if you've ever been to a third world country, sometimes you can get a little bit sick from things and have an upset tummy.
Yeah.
And so we had to get up. We did the whole safari thing, and we were camping, and we had to get up at 5 a.m. It was dark, and going to pack up the tents. And I went around the back of the tent to have a little bit of a wee.
Little wee behind the back of the tent.
And then I, finished my business, and then I was on my way back, and I thought I would just do a little bit of a fart, and a little bit more came out than a
She shat herself.
I sharted. And
So
I was mortified.
darkness, alright, it was still dark, and then suddenly I knew she'd gone for a pee, and that's normally fine. We'd learned that you just piss anywhere, right? It's no big deal. Suddenly, I'm packing up the tent. Chelsea comes back in a panic, like, babe, where are the wet ones? I need the wet ones. Have you packed the wet ones?
Oh.
I'm like, what do you need them for? Like, thinking, what's going on? She took her tissues, it was all fine. They'd been used to do that, whatever. She's like, I did a little bit of a fart and some poo came out with it.
I wasn't well. I had a sore tummy.
Meanwhile, I'm pissing myself.
No.
Our neighbours in the tent next door, by that time, I think I just yelled out, didn't I? Or we just told them, and they were the ones that gave us the correct terminology.
Oh, you sharted.
Because we didn't know that there was actually a word for farting with a bit more added in. So Chelsea
Anyway.
sharted, and I think you threw the undies in the wilderness.
Yeah.
for the hippos.
And then I was panicked because I thought I was going to shit myself the whole bus ride. Like 7 hours on the bus.
We're
Every
on-
time we went over a bump, I'm like,
But so stressed, just like, don't fart, don't shit, stay in.
No,
Like,
it was
all right,
bad.
okay.
Anyway,
Let me just
moving
end on one
Last
more
one.
thing.
And then we're done.
This has gone on way too long. Okay, back when I was a teenager, most kids were, fantasizing over, I don't know, who were they fantasizing over? Johnny Depp, the pictures on the posters on the wall, 90210, that kind of stuff. I didn't really do that. I used to stalk musical theatre stars. Yeah, not exactly stalk. Well, yeah, kind of. So I just was obsessed with musicals. So every musical I saw, I'd wait for my favourite cast member to come out or whatever and follow them either to their car or to
Did you talk to him?
to a cafe. No, just
watch them.
Yeah, and then
Secretly and took photos. And...
yeah, and do you know what the funny thing is? A lot of my friends are in the entertainment business now, and one of the stars I used to talk, we're now friends on Facebook because when I added her as a friend, it's come up that we know all these mutual people.
Oh, and she doesn't even
So
know
she
you?
doesn't even know me, but she thinks we must be friends because she knows those people and I know them. She'll never really know that I was the
You're a
girl
stalker.
that stalked her. Like, she sends me birthday messages, everything, like, happy birthday, sweetie. I'm like, yeah,
So,
you have no idea who I am.
get to the short of it. Sharna's a stalker.
Not anymore, I was young.
All right, we must be gone.
This has gone on way too far.
Peace
So,
out.
have a
Aussie,
drink
Aussie,
for
Aussie.
us.
Oi, oi, oi.
We've won gold, and we think
won.
you're gold too.
Bye.